Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I feel like I don't say that enough. If you're brand new, thanks for tuning in. I do hope that you like my video and you subscribe because that shows me that you like what I have to say. And if you've been with me for a little while, thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate you. So my topic today is holiday gatherings. Any kind of gatherings really, but we're in that season, and so it's kind of foremost on my mind and was last night, and I'll tell you my story. So everyone in this lifestyle has the same worries and the same issues. What do I do when I have to socialize with other people? What about all those holiday parties? This get-together, this family outing, this traveling and being on the road. We all have the same issues, okay? For me, at the beginning of my journey, it really wasn't much of an issue. I had a few things where I would go spend a few days at my daughter's, who is not vegan and very much meat and potato family, hardly any vegetables. And my daughter understood, and she was very accommodating and made a lot of foods for me. And I had my pick of what I wanted while I was there, and she did very well, and I appreciate that. And since I have been feeling better, I'm socializing more. And if you're brand new, let me explain. I'm disabled, and I was a lot more disabled 2 years ago than what I am now. I was a lot heavier to begin with. I've lost nearly 40 pounds, and I've managed to keep that off. I've put about 5 back on in 2017. I'll be honest there, about 5 pounds back on. But my main goal for choosing this lifestyle was to get off prescription medications because I was in chronic, constant pain. Not just pain, agony most days. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Because of a back injury and arthritis, which is what caused my disability, I had nerve pain as well as muscle pain. So I was on medications for both of those. And if I took the medications as I was supposed to, as they were prescribed, I was groggy and lethargic all day. I couldn't walk. I could walk. I couldn't walk very well. So I couldn't walk long distances. I couldn't sit or stand for any length of time. So I was constantly moving around, and I spent 2 years in a recliner. I slept in the recliner. I stayed in it all day long. That was my life. And I got to a point where I said, I've had enough. I've had enough of this. I want a life. I was old before my time. I shouldn't have felt like a 90-year-old woman when I was in my 40s, but I did. I really did. So I started this journey because I went online researching cures. Cure for high blood pressure was the beginning. And when I started reading and studying and realized that a plant-based diet could cure most of what I had, it was a no-brainer for me. So when we have these holiday get-togethers or any get-togethers and there's non-compliant food, we often are tempted to just have a little bit. And so you're going to ask yourself, oh, just this once, maybe it'll be okay. And maybe it will. Dr. Greger has said that what we do on a daily basis far outweighs that occasional occurrence. That our body will heal itself so long as we're not constantly poking it with a fork. And I kind of like those sayings, and I understand that, and I believe that. And I'm not saying that I never indulge, because I do. But when I do, I suffer for it. And so if you can not poke yourself with that fork, you'll be doing a whole lot better. And I just want to give you an occurrence. Last night, I had such an occurrence because I'm trying to socialize more. So I have a group of women that I want to do things with, and I often try to do things with, and they understand about my diet, and they have seen me go from that woman who couldn't hardly stand or walk and who was 40 pounds heavier to the woman that I am now, who participates and tries her best and gets out there and does things. They've seen that change. So there was a get-together last night, and it was at this wonderful place, this inn. And it's a bed and breakfast, and it's an event inn. And it's a giant Victorian home that this couple has purchased and is slowly remodeling. And they hold events there, and they're catered events. And they make all the food, and they have Victorian teas with pedophores. And they have murder mystery nights where you solve the crime and get clues, and it's a catered event. And lots of get-togethers that I would love to participate in. But to spend my money for this catered event and not be able to eat the food, I found that I was not doing things that I would love to do because they were surrounded by that food. So last night was an event, and I didn't want to stay at home. I wanted to go, and I wanted to see this beautiful home and all of the things they've done to it. And I wanted to socialize with these women that I've come to know and love. And so the planner called the place and explained about my diet, and they didn't have any vegan options. There was 2 different kinds of meat, creamed peas, mashed potatoes with milk in them. Even the salad was pre-made with a dressing already mixed in. I mean, the soup was a lobster bisque, which of course has cream in it. Every single thing that they offered was non-compliant. And they either weren't willing or couldn't make something special for me. And so I agreed to just bring my own food so that I could socialize and have a good time. And it turned out a lot better than I anticipated. It was a wonderful, lovely time. And we laughed and we told stories and we socialized. And it was wonderful. And I had my food that I brought, and they had the food that was served to them. And I kept noticing women looking over at my plate going, "Ooh, that looks good. I think I'd rather have that." So it was a win-win. Now, what would have happened if just this one time I had said, "Oh, I'll just eat whatever they serve me," or I'll have the salad even though it's got that dressing on it, or "Oh, I'll go ahead and have some of that dip even though it's got cheese in it." Now, after the meal, because everybody was noticing my food, it sparked that conversation, which always occurs when I'm with these ladies, of why I did this and how it's changed me, and, well, what do you eat for breakfast, or can you have grain, or do you eat this, or do you have that? It sparked that conversation, and it planted that seed in those ladies' mind. And every time that we get together and that conversation is sparked, it plants a seed in another woman's mind. And guys, that's the whole reason for this channel, is to spark those seeds and motivate you on your journey, and to give you ideas of what to fix for breakfast or lunch or dinner or snacks, or give to family members, or it's just to motivate you and help you on your journey. And it helps motivate me too, and that's why I'm really appreciative of you, is because I need that motivation too, and by talking to you I get that motivation. So what would have happened if just that once I had partook of what they were offering? Well, my face would have broke out, because I have talked to you about that before, about that one time I went to an event and they had vegan options, but they had oil in them, and my face was broke out for 2.5 weeks. I would have got a severe stomachache, because I am highly lactose intolerant. So everything either had a cream or a cheese in it. And so that would have started the irritable bowel and the gas and the bloating and the cramping and all of that. And then I would have felt sluggish and lethargic, and I wouldn't have been my bright, happy self, right? So all of those things would have occurred and would have hurt me. But it would have also hurt those other ladies, because where they've seen me stick to my guns at every event, they would have seen me cave. And it would have hurt my progress in their eyes if they thought, oh, well, she gives in every now and then, so does that diet really work? Did it really change her? Did it really help her lose weight? Did it really get her off those meds if she, eats whatever she wants occasionally? So I stuck to my guns, and it paid off, because at the end of the dinner it sparked that conversation, and that's the whole point. So what did I take? Well, I didn't want them to have to heat up food for me. So I took a cold salad. And it wasn't just any salad, okay? There's spinach, green cabbage, arugula, chopped carrots, green onions, cucumber, quinoa, black beans, red beets, and some organic corn. I think that's everything. And then I made a dressing with my sunflower seed spread, and I just thin it a little bit with some plant milk, and then I add some mustard to it. And so it was all mixed in, so I didn't have to worry about taking a separate dressing. And I had too much, and so I've got it for my lunch today. This is what's left of it, and it's just the right portion size. Here's my portion bowl. And so, as I said, they were looking at my food saying, that looks really good. So I showed them that I'm not deprived in any way eating my diet. They had 2 different kinds of meat and cream peas and mashed potatoes that had milk in it, and after dinner they were, oh, I ate too much and I feel bloated, and they were tired and everybody was yawning, and that's what happens when you eat those kinds of foods. So if I had eaten that today, I wouldn't be my bright, chipper self. I'd be really ill. So stick to your guns, and if you have to, bring your dish, but make your gatherings about your friends and family, not centered around that food. Because holidays should be about friends and family and fellowship and just the good time that you can have together. And if you're stuck on the road, no reason why you can't keep something like this in a cooler, or some potatoes that are made up and put in a warm bag, or there's lots of options. And just put your mind to it and stick to your guns, guys, okay? And have a good day. If you like my channel, please think of supporting me. You can buy me a coffee. It's $3 US, and I'll put the link below. Give me a thumbs up. Share with your like-minded friends, or even people that you might think could benefit from this lifestyle. And just have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, you guys. Okay? Bye-bye.